Yeah, first off, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yeshai, Bashim Kodash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and the elders and great stone. Peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Hey, this brother rapper and the great stone, Jimmy Camp, bringing you this lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashim Yeshai, Bashim Kodash. Hey, Lord willing, this will be edifying. Hey, so, here in this lesson, I'm going to kind of break down why money will become obsolete in the times to come, right? Because even right now, in certain situations, money is obsolete, man, right? Because if you have no need or the money doesn't have any value attached to it, it's gonna be obsolete, right? Just as if you're in a situation where you need an exchange or something needs to be exchanged for another thing and you can't use money, money is obsolete. Somebody won't take money, right? So we'll just start here. So define what is currency. So ultimately we understand that in the times to come there will be a currency change. We'll move from this fiat slash paper monetary system to something else. Right? So it's a currency is a medium of exchange for goods and services. So in general, yeah. So before we continue, say currency is a medium. It's the way where you exchange for goods and services, right? So back then we had gold and land and tangible things and whatnot, right? Or whether you want to offer a service for yourself or anything, that's currency. So it's in general, it's money in the form of paper and coins, usually issued by a government and generally accepted at its face value as a method of payment. That's right. Generally accepted as a face value because ultimately there's a need for it. It is valid at this point, right? So currency is a primary method of exchange in the modern world, having long ago replaces bartering as a means of trading goods and services. That's right. So back then, so man, even now out here, even though I won't break it down still, yeah, someone you exchange plants for for um for weapons, man. Yeah, to keep it on the down low. So you have men out here that exchange with plants, food, different things for weaponry, right? And even back then, you exchange whatever you have for the type of goods. So that was the currency. And we understand that in this time to come, this money thing will be gone away with. You won't be able to use it as a means. That's why it's not going to be that's why we're going to throw it in the streets, as the scripture said. So in the 21st century, a new form of currency has entered the vocabulary and the realm of exchange. Yeah, I need to go no more into that. So here is a modern day example of what will happen. So it's a barter and dollars, the new reality as Venezuela battles hyperinflation. So we see here where their currency lost all its value in a sense. It's lost all its value. You can't buy anything. The money has severely devalued, right? So they have to find other means for exchange. You see, so as inflation soars, Venezuelans are forced to find new ways to pay for essentials when the poor supply allows. So they won't be able to use that paper currency anymore because it's not valid. So they have to find other ways, man. Whether they try US dollars or something else, right? It's a barter. Reads a simple sign on Angelica Monsatrios stall in Copira, a town on the main road east from Caracas. Her niece painted the sign for her in early February after soaring inflation and vanishing reserves of hard cash made it hard to do business. So we accept dollars and euros as well, she said with a grin. So sitting beside rows of handmade yucca waps, the town's specialty, bars of pure cocoa farm nearby hand-carved toys. That's right. And he said Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves. I was once I was once one of the wealthiest countries in Latin America, but its economy has been ravaged by years of runaway inflation. So the devastation blackout that struck last week has pushed it to the verge of collapse. Hey, this article is from 2019 still, but hey, time got worse because after 2019 it came the big cement. So we understand that these things must come, right? And we have also examples in the scriptures, man, that the people cast off money and use other things as exchange, as currency. This is Genesis 47, verse 15 say, and when money fail it, see, currency, that same thing, man, in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence, for money fail it? And so they knew that that currency that they had no value. So they had to find other means to do exchange. So this will happen in the times to come. This is why the money won't have its purpose anymore. Right? He said, and Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fail it. See? So they had to find another way to exchange with cattle. And they brought their cattle unto Joseph, and Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, currency, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of herds, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year. So, so just like in the times to come, man, when the money will fail, so-called white man will put in this MOTB, that will ultimately come as a way, right? That will be the way we're gonna do exchange for goods and services, man. Right? There will no longer be a need for any physical cash, fiat currency. This is Ezekiel 7 verse 17 says, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. He shall also gird himself with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. So they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. That's right. So in these times to come, people, they won't be caring about money. They won't be caring about money, man. Money will have no value to them, because they can't do anything with it. Right? It just become like a souvenir. They said their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowls, because it is stumbling block of their iniquity. Right? And as the scripture said, get this quick one, this Proverbs 11 verse 4, so riches profit not in the day of wrath, but the righteous is delivered from death. That's right. 10 these times to come, no amount of money won't be able to save you, because one, the money is going to be worthless, and you can't buy your way out of it, man. You can't buy your way out of it, man. You can't buy out the Lord. He tells us, let me see if I can find it. This is the search of the 1611. So wait. Gifts. Send it about before. Here it is. Chapter 12. Chapter 5, verse 11. It says, for the Lord recompense it, and will give thee 7 times as much. So do not think to corrupt with gifts, for such he will not receive, and trust not to unrighteous sacrifices, for the Lord is judge, And with him there is no respecter of person. It's the whole thing you can't buy out the Lord. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy out the Lord. Can't buy him out. So you're gonna receive your judgment, man. You're gonna receive the judgment. Right? Yeah. This Sirach, that's Sirach, second Ezra 16, verse verse 4. It says, "O my people, hear my word. It's to make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose." Right? So we can't put the affairs of this life on our head, man. We have to cast off the weak nature, as the scripture says. Because we should understand that these things will pass away. This kingdom is not ours. Right? So we have to, as the scripture, we use this world and not abuse it. For the fashion of this world pass away. Right? We have to we have to live in the spirit, man. Because the things of this life are temporal. Right? So that give our praises to how Bashim Yosha Bashim Kakurash. Hey, Shalom.